Fans made their way to Snetterton in their droves for a fix of Dunlop MSA British Touring Car Championship action as the series made its eagerly anticipated return following the 6-week summer break. Champion Gordon Shedden sprung a surprise for Halford's Yuasa Racing in qualifying, smashing the lap record as he topped the timesheets in the Civic Type R. Incredibly, a first Honda pole in 3 years. A word too for Hunter Abbott as he notched a Btcc best 6th spot. With the top three of Shedden, Colin Turkington and Aiden Moffat separated by a little over 0.03 of a second, race 1 was bound to be a feisty encounter. A near race-long duel commenced off the line as Shedden's Honda Civic Type R brilliantly fended off the rear-wheel drive Subaru Levorg of Colin Turkington into riches for the first time. Matt Jackson made the best start of the leading contenders as he blasted his motor-based performance Ford Focus from 5th on the grid to 3rd. Hunter Abbott's day at the races didn't get off to the best of starts as he was shuffled down the pack after contact with the BMW following a positive Saturday qualifying. While Jackson kept the lead duo honest throughout, he also had to keep the squabbling Aiden Moffat and Ash Sutton behind. Morgan's Mercedes swapped places with Sutton's MG on a number of occasions, but the tussle was ended prematurely when the latter's 888 car endured a puncture. Sutton's pain was Jason Plato's gain as he nipped by Tom Ingram's Toyota to turn 7th into 5th in the blink of an eye. It was bumper-to-bumper stuff for the first half of the contest between Turkington and Shedden, but the Subaru man finally muscled his way past after a good run through Palmer's corner on lap 8 of 12. Shedden couldn't respond and Turkington went on to become the first 3-time race winner of 2016. Jackson did the job for Motorbase, claiming a podium on the team's 300th Btcc race. Jackson followed up that podium with victory in a thrilling, shortened 2-part second round, with Colin Turkington and Matt Neal completing the podium. The Focus fired off the line beyond second-place Gordon Shedden and then past poleman Turkington before a multi-car collision sparked chaos down the order. Aaron Smith and Kelvin Fletcher had a coming together on the exit of turn 1, but the main drama came later in the lap when Dan Welch and Ollie Jackson tangled as they ran onto the Bentley straight. With dust filling the air and unsighted Alex Martin, Hunter Abbott and Ash Sutton were all caught up in the accident. Stationary cars now littered the track, several with heavy damage, and race officials were left with no choice but to stop the race. Take 2 and Jackson produced an almost carbon copy of his earlier effort, leaving Shedden off the line but waiting until Hamilton corner before disposing of Turkington. Jackson remained untroubled for the remainder of the shortened 10-lap race, with Turkington following up his race 1 win with another solid podium in the second bout. The fight for the final rostrum place was undecided until the final moments though, with the battle initially raging following contact between Turkington and Shedden on lap 2. Shedden's Honda was then tagged twice by Wicks Racing's Aiden Moffat, sending the reigning champion tumbling down the order. Morgan couldn't keep Neal's Civic Type R behind him for long, and the Mercedes succumbed to the flying WSR BMW of Rob Collard, who had stormed from 16th to 4th in the early stages. A feisty duel between Neal and Collard followed, providing the best racing of the contest as they ran side by side for much of lap 8. The Team JCT 600 with Gardex driver looked to have made a move stick, but triple champion Neal immediately fought back to retake the position. The striking Halfords-backed Honda held on to reach the rostrum, but both drivers strengthened their respective championship challenges with stellar points finishes. Morgan had to settle for 5th ahead of Jason Plato, Tom Ingram and Sam Tordoff, the latter also benefiting from a reverse grid draw that places him on pole position for the final race. Reigning champion Gordon Shedden then completed a sensational day of entertainment by snatching an unlikely last gasp victory in Sunday's final bout. A dramatic accident brought about the second red flag of the day when contact down the order between Mark Howard, Alex Martin, Ollie Jackson and Hunter Abbott sent the latter into a barrel roll. Abbott's PowerMax Racing Chevrolet spiralled over the barrier and into a television gantry, leaving a cameraman and several drivers shaken, but thankfully unharmed. Pole sitter and then championship leader Sam Tordoff broke down before the race could restart, with the Btcc seemingly providing yet another twist to the title race. Jason Plato had taken control at the front for Silverline Subaru BMR Racing, chasing his first win of the season, but he couldn't hang on as Collard muscled his way past on lap 2. Shedden's Honda was busy flying through the order and he disposed of Rob Austin's Toyota for 4th on lap 3. Matt Jackson nipped by Plato for 3rd, with Shedden following suit, but 3rd became 2nd for the Scotsman when the Motorbase Ford slowed with a problem on the Bentley straight. The Type R began reeling in Collard's West Surrey Racing BMW at a rate of knots and was eventually on his tail during the final lap. He fired his number 52 machine down the inside of the BMW and the duo ran side by side for what seemed like an eternity. Collard eventually had to give up the challenge and settle for 2nd as Shedden stormed to a sensational win. Andy Motorsports Austin claimed a hugely popular podium as he fended off Plato, Andrew Jordan and Colin Turkington at the checkered flag. Morgan won the battle of the Mercedes as he bounced back from the earlier incident to claim 7th ahead of Laser Tools Racing's Aiden Moffat. Josh Cook's MG and Matt Neal's Honda completed the top 10, with the latter also moving into 3rd in the standings. Rob Collard now leads the championship by 3 points from the unfortunate Tordoff.
Aiden, best result for you here at Snetterton P8. Are you happy with the way things have gone or slightly frustrated?
It's mixed emotions really. We had a poor qualifying in 14th. Race 1 we had a penalty which was a 30-second stop-start and ended up 23rd. So, I mean, to transform starting 23rd in race 2 into a P8 finish, it's a good achievement for us. It's good to be back in the points, but it's another case of what could have been.
It's going to be even better to be back racing in front of your home crowd at the next event. We're off to Knockhill, a circuit that you know and love. Yeah,
Knockhill's where I've done most of my racing in my career, and it's always a track I love going back to. It's a great place to be. It's a great track to drive, and it's always action-packed racing there.
You had your first ever Btcc podium there last year, didn't you? Podium finish.
Yeah, I missed out on the champagne, unfortunately. It was a reversal. I finished 4th over the line, but an incident got reversed, giving me my podium. So hopefully this year we can be in a similar position, but get to spray the champagne and lift the trophy on one of the steps this time.
It's a brilliant circuit, isn't it? It always provides a fantastic spectacle.
Yeah, I mean, it's a short track and it's a tight track, so you need to be a bit rough to make moves, and it's not brilliant for us, but it's brilliant for the people watching. And so yeah, I mean, it's always good racing around there. It's a track I've always loved going to watch before I got into it, so it's just a little bit more special now I'm watching from behind the wheel, I guess.
Who's your money on going into the weekend?
I think Turkington and Plato are going to be strong. The Subaru is a great car. It's a track that's going to be well suited to that car, so I think they're going to do well, but there's no reason the Mercedes of myself and Adam can't do well also, if we can just try and be up there and hopefully get another reversal like last year and try and capitalise on it again.
You didn't mention Gordon Shedden. I presume there'll be a lot of people cheering for him as well.
Yeah, I mean, Gordon always flies around there. It's kind of a given now. He always manages to get a podium or two around there, so Gordon's always going to be at the sharp end. He's one of those drivers. He'll always manage to fight his way back, so he'll be another name that you'll expect to be fighting.
We'll see you there.
See you there.